Hello. Over the next several months, there are multiple new regulations coming down the pipeline that impact life science and pharmaceutical manufacturers. We're creating this series of videos to help you adapt. Today we're going to talk about baseline average manufacturer price, also known as BAMP. The AMP final rule could have multiple impacts on your baseline average manufacturer price. Specifically, if you recall, the Deficit Reduction Act allowed for BAMP restatement. It is looking like the final AMP rule will allow for a restatement of BAMP as well, and there are multiple considerations you should keep in mind. And you may even need an alternate BAMP depending on whether your drug was dispensed or not dispensed during any specific quarter.
To restate or not to restate, that is the question. Since the Deficit Reduction Act, every manufacturer's product line has changed. Should a manufacturer determine that there will be a great impact to restating the baseline AMP, a manufacturer should also make sure that they have access to the transactional data from the time of a product launch. In addition to that, you also must be able to clearly characterize the class of trades, because more than likely, those classes of trade are different than at the time the product was launched.
In addition, there's just the additional complexity of keeping track of another restated BAMP. You've got the OBRA 90 BAMP, the OBRA 93 BAMP, you've got the DRA revised BAMP, but we could also have potentially an AMP rule BAMP. Not only that, but if it's a 5I drug, you could have a not generally dispensed BAMP and a generally dispensed BAMP potentially. This just highlights the complexity of reporting prices to the government and being able to calculate accurately rebates for each of the periods where each of the BAMP values is applicable. You just have to be very rock solid now with SOPs and systems and integration processes, et cetera, so that you can keep track of all these different rules as the complexity keeps increasing in government price reporting.